camp where it seems like he's doing
Yeah, Ben's taking huge strides. He's obviously, like you said, me and him are buddies. We're in the same class, and playing next to him, he's come a long way. He's really been working on the mental side of his game. He's been, working in the playbook and on film, just trying to perfect his craft. So he's come a long way, and I'm excited to see what he does this year.
Ray, how you feeling physically?
Feeling pretty good, pretty well. I have full trust in our medical staff and athletic training to get me back safely as possible and healthy as possible. Whether that's game one or any games after that. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited. Just get on the field. My first Vandy game. Be able to play with these guys up front. Just go out there and get a W, hopefully.
Ray, you're the most experienced running back of this whole. What have you seen from some of the younger running backs?
I've seen a lot. It's like tremendous strides from everybody. Rocco Griffin, Patrick Smith, Dylan, Jay, Luke. A lot of those guys. They've all stepped up. Every day. In the words of Coach Lee, we're not perfect, but we're evolving. We're getting better each and every day. We're taking strides. At the end of the day, we're a young group. We're going to learn off each other. We're going to feed off of each other. And that's the great thing about our room is everybody takes that role of being a leader. One day, Rocco will step up and go out there and make some strides and be able to give that advice to Patrick, to Dylan, and stuff like that. So it's been pretty well. I've been, amazed just to see those guys, and I've learned from them. I've learned, to control my emotions, control the mental aspect, the physical aspect. I've always asked them questions. They've always given me honest feedback. So, watch out for this room. They're going to do a lot of great things. We're all going to be able to contribute. So it's going to be pretty fun to watch throughout the season.
Yeah, like during film sessions or whatever, you're talking to Patrick specifically. It seems like he's got some ability, but this is, it's a big step up to SEC, right? What are you helping him with?
Funny thing is, me and Patrick actually played each other in high school. So I've known Patrick since his freshman year in high school. So it's funny how God puts you with people, and we've ended up playing against each other in high school, and now we're in college together. But watching film, he asked me a lot of questions. He asked me, front, what do you watch? What do you see? Linebacker tendencies. So I really try to break down as best as possible for him to really figure out things to watch when you're watching the film. But I think the biggest thing that he's working on is just technique and all his details, honing in on them, footwork, staying square, stuff like that. And we'll watch the film again. Those guys come prepared, whether it's player-led, if I run it, or Coach McKenzie runs it, we all come in with our iPads, ready to learn. Guys are constantly writing down notes. Him especially, again, he's not afraid to ask questions. He's not afraid to admit when he's wrong. And, hey, I need a little bit of help on this, or if he's right, to not be afraid to tell me, hey, this is what I think, instead of kind of what you're suggesting. So it's been pretty good.
Was that, when you played against him, was that your senior year in high school?
Yeah, that was my post-grad year. So he went to Petty, and then I went to Blair. Okay. So those are big rival schools, so we played in our big rivalry game.
As you see the O-line chemistry get develop, I guess, do you have the confidence that they'll be able to open up holes for you?
Oh, I have 1,000% confidence. I know Bradley, Ben, Stu, Wardo, all those guys, Cole, they're going to make those holes work, and it's our job to see them. The train doesn't move without these guys. I think people have to understand, in order for us to execute our job, it all starts up front. They get all the fame and glory. They should be getting all the fame and glory, obviously, but only way for us to make our job happen is once they open up the holes, and we have to make them, look great, and also make them, correct. When they open up the holes, you got to hit it. We can't tippy-toe. We got to make sure that what we see is what they're providing. And at the end of the day, the goal is to try to score. To really make these guys pop out and really look good at their jobs.
Bradley, from when we talked to you before camp until now, what have you learned about this team that maybe you didn't know?
I'd say the biggest thing from before camp to after would be really this team is really showing its true grit. We haven't. This camp is obviously different than what we've gone through before, and it's really pushed us through adversity and a lot of difficult situations, and we've been learning to thrive under those situations. So, like I said about the O-line, I feel the whole team is gelling together, and this camp is really, that's how fall camp should be. You're in or you're out, and people that are still here, and so, we're going full force at this.
What's made it so different from before?
What's made it so different? I think it's just the attitude. It's going into each practice and each day knowing that we're not just trying to survive, we're trying to thrive, and we're trying to win each day. And, winning a day doesn't have to be winning every rep, winning every period, but it's how do you respond to each period, each rep, even if it's a loss. So it's winning the response to everything you do.
Coach Lee has said he wants you guys to be the best conditioned team in the country to win the fourth quarter. Do you feel like you've gone through what it would take to start being that?
Yeah, obviously we've never arrived. We're still in the process of making our team what we want our team to be. But it's just doing all the little things right. You know, it's obviously your conditioning and your running and all that, but it's what you're doing between periods, how you're moving from drill to drill, how you're moving between plays, the tempo you're pushing in practice. So I feel like we've been doing all the little things right to keep us on track to where we want to go.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.